What's up, everybody? It's Tonic Dream. I wanted to make a little video today talking about constructive criticism and what to do with that. Anybody who makes art or creates something for a living subjects said arts and creations to other people's opinions, and whether the public perceives your art as good or bad is all based on people's subjective opinions. That's something that just ain't for everybody. When you are putting something out there that you are very just emotionally attached to, it can be tough to hear people bash on it or clown on it. So this video is just gonna kind of quickly go over what sort of criticism to listen to, what criticism is constructive, and how you can use that to help you improve. If you find this video helpful or valuable at all, please hit the like, subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into it. The song I just released I thought would be a great song to use as an example for this topic because it's a song that contains two very different musical styles kind of sewn into its production, so therefore people can feel like really divided on it. The song is called No Comply.
I promise, turns out the light ain't hyperbolic like they said, they're so dishonest. Turns out it's all they want. Fed up with a bitch, I can't have none of that. I bring it back, roll a couple blunts, and then we blow it back.
It's a trick in skateboarding where you kind of like plant your foot down, with the other foot you flip the board 180. It's a fun, cool looking trick, but the main thing about it is that there's a 180 flip of the board. And so I made that into the whole concept of the song. Not only is the message of the song about flipping your life around, doing a 180, kind of turning things around for yourself, turning negatives into positives, but also the production style kind of flips a 180 and totally changes up its tone. So in my opinion, something really important to consider, I always think about who it is I'm making this for. Who are the people that I want to enjoy this? And with this song, I really wanted it to appeal to people who are like young and energetic, who have like fresh ideas and enjoy new sound, artsy people, skateboardy people, social outcasts. Those are the people who I wanted this song to resonate with. So knowing that ahead of time gives me a good idea of where I can send my music, who are the people I should be putting this in front of, and who are the people I should avoid putting this in front of. Because I don't want to waste a bunch of my time showing this song to people who love country or people who love pop, people who enjoy like ambient indie music or something. I know that a majority of that audience isn't my audience. Your audience changes a lot about the sort of feedback that you're gonna hear. If I'm pitching a heavy metal song to a bunch of pop country lovers, they're gonna hate on it, and that just doesn't give you an accurate representation of like how people feel about your music. So now I'm going to show you a bunch of Twitch streamers reactions. These are all Twitch streamers who I've never submitted my music to before. So these guys know nothing about me, so they have no biased opinion. These are just four strangers, honest feedback.
Don't do me wrong, I talk my shit cause I back it up, bitch, you just bought like
this shit is fire, nigga. I'm overruling the vote on this. This is fucking fire.
being bust out.
Oh my fucking god. Tonic Dream, No Comply. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh, 17's on this? Shout out to 17. That was fire. What?
I'm very like conflicted with beat switches because you are intentionally and purposely changing the vibe, so then it's hard like to just switch back to the original part. I don't think that's sustainable too. I think this will be something that, you know, the average listener will listen to until they get bored of it.
Okay, that song was actually really sick, and that transition was effortless. That transition sounded so smooth, like this motherfucker ain't even do it. Like that was crazy. Actually, banger, dude. Let's give it the banger alert. Yes, sir. Tonic Dream shut it down with that one. Nice.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in this song. That's the problem, and I think that's why it's not getting good reviews. There's just a lot going on. You're not letting it breathe, and I guess it boils down to like song structure. I think though you have the sound, right? I don't know if it's now finding a right writer, but I think you need to go more simpler. I think you start going simpler, owning your style, and then trying beat switch ups, right? Get a little bit more intricate in your room, and you need to clean up, right? You need to put things away, get organized. But I'm not roasting. I do like the sound.
So you see, it got people who like it and people who don't like it. As a creative person, there's always going to be people who fuck with you and who don't fuck with you. Biggest artists in the world, Drake, Ariana, Beyonce, everybody has likes and dislikes. Your objective is obviously to have more likes than dislikes. As we just talked about, part of that is showing your creation to the right people. The second part of that is making sure that, in fact, a majority of them do fuck with you. So for this song, I feel pretty good about it because most of the people who I want to like the song. So a lot of times you'll hear people give completely contradictory feedback. How do you know which one's right and which one ain't? The guy from June's stream was saying that he did not like the switch ups in the production and he felt like they were really not smooth. He would have really enjoyed them as two separate tracks. Now Lost Pool Boy, on the other hand, he really liked the track because of that. To him, he felt like the transitions were super smooth. To him, it felt more like one cohesive package. How do you make these sort of juxtapositions into something that's helpful to you? For this song, I knew it was going to be a song that people were going to either like or dislike for that very reason. More the people that I'm showing it to are liking it than disliking it, then I know I'm doing something right. You can't win them all, but as long as you win most of them, you're good. So now for roast and reviews feedback. See, he didn't really like it, but he didn't completely dislike it. Now his stream is the only one that I wouldn't consider my typical target audience. People in his stream typically submit stuff that sounds more mainstream. So just the fact alone that this guy didn't completely dislike something that's so different from what he usually gets to hear is a pretty good sign. His advice was to simplify the production. Pop and radio type music, that totally makes sense. So for me, that's very useful and helpful information. If I ever want to make a song that has broader appeal and a bigger reach to more people, simplifying my production is something that I can try. So this right here is a little site called Submit Hub. So you could submit your song here for free in the little hot or not section. On this site, you can rate other people's songs and get your songs rated for free. As you can see, for No Comply, I did alternative hip hop, trap, and trap metal. This one was kind of hard to genretize, you know what I'm saying? I kind of just had to pick the ones that I felt like that it would fit in. You can see who looked at your song, you can see what sort of genre they were listening to, and you can look at what feedback they leave you. So this one's just someone, they didn't designate whether they're musician, artist, label, whatever, but it's alright. It's a person who listens to trap hip hop. Yeah, and his feedback is totally valid. It's a little too poppy for me, not really trap. I would agree. You know, trap was just like one of those genres that I had to kind of pick, but maybe I should have picked pop. A musician listens to alternative hip hop and trap metal and trap. He said, "Wicked ring on the mel." Wicked ring on the mel. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I think it's mostly positive. A musician who listens to trap metal said nice instrumental. A musician who listens to alternative hip hop, song is sick. I like it. And as you can see, if I scroll down, you got more feedback. These guys, I translated that. It says like this good. It's unique. I loved it. Excellent lyricism and precise flow. Cool. So you can see what sort of people are listening to it and what they're saying about it. Now you can also submit your song to some curators and get some feedback from them. Now the curator feedback is going to be a lot more opinionated because they have to decide whether or not they're going to add this song to their playlist. So they got to be extra picky. So we can see what some of the curators said about this song. The emotions, imagery, lyrical delivery on this record is interesting, and in my opinion, the production mixing did not resonate with me. Fair. Production and mixing didn't resonate, but they liked some of it. That's pretty dope. Thank you so much for sharing. I like the vocals. Think you have a unique tone and style. Did like lyrics, although I was not connecting with them all the way through. That's fair because this song do have a pretty drastic switch up. I like some of the parts, but not all. Would love to hear a lot more from you though. That's pretty dope. Now, these are all curators that I picked that I felt like, based on the other music that they like, they might like it enough to support it. But obviously, a lot of them didn't with this one, and that's totally okay. But yeah, again, going back to it, you win some, you lose some, you can't win them all. Don't forget, even the biggest artists can't win them all. Again, it's all about knowing who your audience is, getting your music or your art or whatever to those people and trying to get most those people to rock it. And always keep an open mind, you know? Never close your ears to criticism that's constructive. Being able to listen to those opinions will help you grow. Taking that one guy as an example, if I were to simplify my production and make it less busy in the future, might have a good chance of broadening my audience and making those people like him And some of these people who said they liked the song, but they didn't like all of it, you know, getting some of those people who are kind of on the fence about it to fall over onto your side of the fence. When that happens, that's how you grow. But I hope this shows you that nobody's perfect and nobody creates something that everybody in the world likes. Find the people who like you, figure out how to get the people who kind of like you to like you, and grow from there. Anyways, I hope some of y'all found this video helpful. Go again, hit that subscribe for me, and I'll see y'all in the future. Tonic out.